studio. You just need a space. Call it what you want. Can be anywhere. Grab some blank paper, and that's not even necessary. Can be whatever you have. And any kind of writing instrument or brush. That doesn't even matter. Really, at the essence, this is a practice to experience what I refer to as a dynamic flow state. Everything is occurring through the practice of intuition, following intuition, being in alignment with your intuitive intelligence. And intuitive intelligence is another way of saying guidance from a dimension of your consciousness that is not limited by your conditioned thinking mind. Therefore, you are open in a state of loose, relaxed alertness, feeling the materials. The actual exercise is to practice the feeling of being free. This means you're not influenced by your mental self-judgment, self-criticism, self-imposed thought processes about what you're going to draw. There's no premeditative aspect to this. It's really feeling, sensing the touch of the brush onto the surface, feeling the ink as it's being pushed onto the paper. Now, in my case, when I do these exercises that don't hold any premeditative activity to it, quite often some type of face or archetype of a face reveals itself. It's been a fascinating consequence of the 30 plus years I've been doing this. So I literally have thousands of face drawings in varying degrees of complexity, from loose brushstrokes sketches to very, very detailed paintings, drawings, watercolors, gouache, every kind of pigment, drawing material, utensil, you name it. All combinations are explored. And in this case, as you'll see, I have a stack of paper, and as one drawing feels completed, all by following the intuition, by the way, a new piece of paper is pulled. Now, in this case, this isn't a watercolor. This is just a heavy bond type paper, the kind you buy in stacks of 250 for printers. It's just the thicker kind that you can get. I like this because it allows me to create in a cost-effective way. This paper is also archival, acid-free, so it works well when you're considering these exercises to also be in themselves works of art. And at the root of this exercise, however, is the process, is the experience, which is an exercise in its foundation of practicing to be in a flow state, which is another way of describing tuning oneself into alignment with their body, heart, and mind into an open and receptive way. We know by contemporary science that the body, or let's say the gut, the digestive system, which is where the breath center is, has neural intelligence. The heart, we now know from a science and medicine point of view, has neural intelligence, and the brain, of course, has neural intelligence. However, the practice which I incorporated, adopted, which is thousands of years old, always knew this. And therefore, the practice, which I often refer to as the love and truth principles and practice system, essentially nourishes yourself or aligns yourself, flowers yourself into a state of receptive alignment that allows this unconditional intelligence to pass through these three aspects of your system, the mind, heart, and body, as intelligence receptors. And this is how we utilize what is commonly referred to as intuition as the guiding system for creation, for innovation, for problem solving. This is the power, true power, and deeper understanding of what creativity is. And of course, when you look at it from this point of view, creativity is so profound to existence itself, and it's no longer just a reference model for artists and creatives. We should begin to embrace the power of creativity as a way for humanity to become purposeful with their potential, become activated and aligned to this intelligence, this possibility, which is infinite in a sense, and at the root of how we can flower our evolutionary potential. Therefore, these exercises, these flow line exercises at their root level, is a fun practice engineered to become intuitively aligned to that energy system, to experience what the flow state is through the contact or surface point of reality, which in this case is where the brush meets the paper. This is how we become a coexisting counterpart to reality, to life, by seeing our body, heart, and mind as interconnected aspects of our vessel, meaning our total system, for which our essential being or true nature or spirit or soul, there's so many ways to describe it depending on what camp you sit in, whether it's contemporary science, religious, spiritual, agnostic. There's a word for it. I don't want to get lost in the semantics, but realize this is essentially referring to allowing the essential truth of who you are to come through and inform your system, your body, your heart and mind, and how it can interplay with life. That's what these exercises perform in their essence, essential nature. And it's a lot of fun to do.